So today I'm going to give you an update on the Sarah Boone case, and I'm also going to introduce you to the new member of her defence team. My name's Dawn and this is Lounge Bar Crime. Everything that you hear in this video is from my own research, it's my opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes only. That out of the way, let's get to it. Just before I get started, in one of the videos that I did on Sarah Boone, I think some people thought that I was in Sarah Boone's corner because I was pushing for the trial and saying that she's entitled to a trial, and about her attorney, Mr Bankowitz, sort of delaying everything all the time. The reason I was like that is because the sooner this trial gets done and out the way, which whether we like it or not, she's entitled to, and she's entitled to a defence, then the sooner George's family can get on with their life, the sooner justice will be served and everybody can move on. And it's a bit ridiculous anyway to leave a case and just not answer. But I mean, to me, I feel like he doesn't want to do the case. He was appointed by the judge anyway to do the case. It's not a case that he picked up of his own accord. So I think he's been ducking and diving from it. I can't blame him. But at the end of the day, there's George's family, there's Brian, Sarah's ex-husband, and her child. And I think the sooner this is done and dusted and everybody knows where she stands and where she's going to end up, and she starts getting on doing her time, the quicker it'll be for her little lad and Brian to start moving on and start making their lives, because their lives are in limbo as long as this carries on. So it's not fair on them. So anyway, I just wanted to explain that. No, not at all am I in Sarah's corner. So yeah, there has been movement on the case now, and I'm a titchy bit confident now that it's going to start moving forward. So they've appointed another investigator on the case also. So there's been a few documents added to the case, and one of them is for the costs of this new investigator. Just let's have a look at his costs. Now it looks like he's on something like £40 an hour, but the total amount that's been allocated for his fees is £10,000. Now, I'll get into that in a bit about them, the allowances for that. So let's have a look at this. It's called Luis Aran, or it might be Luis Aran. I don't know how he pronounces it, but Luis Aran. He looks a really, really nice man. I don't know if Mr Bankowitz has pulled a fast one on him here, or I don't know if he's been hibernating, because he should have just done a run of the minute he heard the name Sarah Boone. Anyway, he didn't. So let's have a look at him. So his LinkedIn, it says, I'm a private investigator in the Central Florida area. Having worked as a patrol sergeant and a criminal investigation sergeant, I utilise my experience to assist criminal defence attorneys in case review and preparation, along with interviewing all possible witnesses for a crime defence case. I am approved with the Justice Administrative Commission, working with appointed defence attorneys in criminal defence. I have been involved in 5 years of major crimes investigations. This gave me experience in the field of homicides, I won't say them 2 words, robberies and many other crimes. Such experience gave me the expertise in interviewing witnesses and defendants, which I use today to assist in the criminal defence field. Thorough and dedicated will best describe my work. That sounds great, doesn't it? Right, so why do I think Mr Bankowitz has pulled a fast one? Because this guy also, hang on, we'll just get to what his duties are going to involve, or what part he's going to play in this case. So we can see that there's been an order authorising the defence and the cost for this private investigator. So it says, it is hereby ordered and adjudged as follows. The defence is authorised to incur up to $10,000 for Luis Aran and Associates to provide private investigator services at the rates established by law, which is £40 an hour. Okay, so Now, it also says that his services are going to include, but are not limited to, interviewing and locating witnesses, locating documents, performing background checks and research and factual issues. An investigator is not a substitute for a paralegal or secretary and cannot be compensated for performing tasks of a paralegal, secretarial or administrative nature. So I'm wondering now whether with this guy, whether this Luis Aran, whether Bankowitz is going to shove him out there and have him do all the donkey work for him, because it's quite obvious Bankowitz doesn't want this case. So I'm just wondering, I don't know why, it's a bit obvious why, but it's his job. You know, he should be used to having to defend people such as this. So I don't know whether he feels that he's not up to it, or it's such a blatant case that he just doesn't want to know. So I just wonder whether he's brought him in, this Luis Aran associates and associates, it says, to do the donkey work and to see if there's any way out of this. There's no way out, but in order so that he doesn't look such an idiot at the end of the day, which, you know, anybody trying to defend Sarah Boone in this case isn't going to look brilliant anyway, are they? So it just makes me wonder whether, yeah, and I'll be interested to see when the trial starts whether it's this Luis up there more than Bankowitz asking the questions, and also which part of the witnesses Bankowitz takes on, if any, if he leaves it all to this Luis, or he just gives this Luis the difficult ones. I love watching this show. What I like, as you know, I like finding out what the attorneys' personalities are like as well, and really how good they are at the job. Because we all think we can do better, don't we? I'd make a right ash of it, me. I'd show too many feelings. I'd be so biased it'd be untrue. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how much Bankowitz is going to throw at this poor Luis, because he does look like a lovely, lovely man. Look at him here on his Facebook. Oh yeah, look at Luis Aran there. Or you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of somebody's granddad. He looks really nice, doesn't he? And he says, "I can help you win in this crazy game of life." Oh, I wish he wasn't on this case. I wish it was somebody else, you know. It just looks too nice. Just to say as well, at the last status hearing, which is, it's a pre-trial, let's just call it a pre-trial, and then we're not arguing, are we? Tomatoes and all of that. Right, so that should have been on the 3rd, and as you know, that was put back to the 10th of February. So, but there was no cameras there. I've not found anything, so if there is anything out there, let me know. But Sarah Boone was there, and Bankowitz. So that's why I'm a tidgy bit confident now that things are going to move forward. So the dates are the 28th of March for the pre-trial. So don't forget that pre-trial is where they exchange documents, they discuss any plea deals. That would be Sarah Boone's time to drop a few years off her sentence, but we know she's not going to do it. On the 28th of March, that would be her day to see some sense. She won't. Anyway, and then the trial is the 10th of April, which I'm going to cover. You know I'm going to cover it. So if you're still watching this video, it must mean that you're finding it a little bit interesting, even if only a tidgy bit. So press that tidgy like button down there. Don't forget as well, I'm now on Patreon and Twitter, so I'll see you there as well. So there's his website. Aran and Associates LLC is a full-service professional private investigation agency providing investigations and related services to attorneys, corporations, small businesses and the general public. So yeah, they passed a motion to incur the cost for this private investigator, and it says now, it says, comes now the defendant by and through the undersigned counsel and moves to incur cost for a defence private investigator in support thereof shows the following. And it says the defendant is indigent and has been charged with capital murder. The state has waived the death penalty and the undersigned was appointed by the court to represent the defendant. The defence requires the assistance of a private investigator, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, what I wanted to say about that, the new investigators' rates, £10,000, £40 an hour. And it looks like they've given a ceiling up to $10,000. I'm saying pounds, sorry. But that's not a lot, is it? Don't be thinking she must be loaded, because I'm not. But $10,000 is not a lot. He's going to have to pay out his staff. The case is going to run for 3 weeks. Oh, just let me mention on that note as well. I did say quite some time ago when I was first looking at this case that it was going to run for 3 weeks, and I didn't think that was long enough. And the reason I didn't think it was long enough was because of all the experts that they had in originally. That's when she was hiring private attorneys, spending somebody's money, God knows whose, but she was spending somebody's money left, right and centre, hiring, what was it called? Hellier, that private doctor. And anyway, they're all out the window now. So this Louis, he's got to pay his staff, he's got to do all the research. I mean, he's already working on the case. And then, yeah, it's going to run for 3 weeks. And I was saying, it didn't seem long enough because of all them experts. Now I think it is, because there's not as many experts now. So I think if they can do Darryl Brutt's case in the length of time they did that, I don't think they've got any trouble with this one. But only because it's changed around though, and a lot of the experts that they're not on it now. They've gone. So I do think now. So I go back on. No, well, I'm not going back on my word. It's changed. So I do think they'll do it in 3 weeks now. But $10,000, it's not a lot. He's already working on it. Then he's got 3 weeks at trial on it. He's got his staff. He's got to speak to witnesses before they go to trial. So I mean, he's working on this now, and has been doing possibly for weeks, and he will be right up until April. I know he's doing other cases, but he'll still be working on it, and he'll still be paying staff. And yeah, I don't think that's a lot at all. But yeah, I mean, obviously that's what the defence is being allocated for her. So she's lucky she's got that, hasn't she? Really, and she's lucky that Luis Aran is going to turn up, because I think if it was just left to Bankowitz, this would just carry on and on and on. So anyway, he's got him in. He seems pretty confident by everything that we see there, that what he's going to do. And yeah, let's just see how it goes. Anyway, that's it. I've not really got anything else other than that to say about it, really. As I say, don't forget them dates, 28th of March and the 10th of April. So we've still got a bit of time to go. So, but I'll still keep checking in and seeing if anything else is happening. Right, guys, like I say, that's all I've got for you. I'll keep checking in on this. Don't forget that I'm doing other cases. I'm covering the Dan Markel case. Let me know as well in the comments below if there's any particular cases that you want me to cover. There are a couple of trials that are ongoing at the moment that I am watching. I might pick up one of them as well and give you my opinions on that as well. If there's any in particular, again, just let me know. Yeah, and that's it for now. So I'm going to say good night, stay safe, and come back. Bye.